Hey, good morning everybody. So, first thing on the agenda, I don't know if you can see that, there you go. Got me a little downpipe. It's a little hot already, but it goes underneath here. Pretty sweet. So it exhausts instead of towards the bus, down through the deck and away from the bus. Floyd's still talking about building a box around this thing with a lid on top. So actually that might be a good idea, you know, it'll muffle the sound even more. I could probably insulate the inside of it somehow or seal it up, keep it from making so much noise. But if you close the door and you go inside, it's not that bad. Anyway, that's just one small thing. Let me see what else I can get into today. I know I've got to put these end caps in the belly box. That's pretty simple, just screwing that in place. Clean up inside here. Gotta cut doors for this, going to the middle and the ends. Gotta put a piece of angle iron in here and drill and rivet that in place so it stiffens it up. And make some doors for this thing. Probably have to go to Home Depot or a hardware store and look at latch options. We need that to close flush and to be secure on the ends as well while we're driving. We don't need any wind getting under there and flapping everything around. So yeah, piece of plywood on the bottom. I got one propane mounting thing. It'd be nice to get another one somehow. I've got to see if there's another RV junkyard around here and bring my grinder with me and cut another one off. That would be great if I could get two stands with regulators. So yeah, so far it's 8:30, sun's beaming, I'm sweating already. I'm sure it'll rain this afternoon right in the middle of working. And, I don't know about this roof deck, gotta try to figure that thing out too. So anyway, just bringing another update to you. Hope you enjoy it, and yeah, see you soon. Man, that sun's right in my face. Anyway, knocked out all those rivets on this rub rail. We'll install it back in place. There's a little bit of a slice on the bottom over there, but I'll be able to attach that to the front of my doors. It'll stiffen them up as well as continue that pretty look. Once this thing's covered, it's done. So yeah. One little section of that. I guess I'll get under here and attach these here. Some self-tapping screws. Get in this wet grass. See if I can find a piece of wood or something to sit on. We'll see. Anyway, just doing little stuff for now. Floyd's still working on his mower, so he went up to Napa to get some stuff. In the meantime, I can do some of this little stuff. And then we'll probably tackle some of this bigger stuff later, hopefully. Oh, yeah. Oh, I showed you guys that, the exhaust. That's pretty cool. Anyway, get back to you in a second. Yeah, so I don't think I can get much hotter right now. It's dripping. Anyway, got it all tightened up, closed in on the side, nice and solid. Happy, happy. So now I got this piece over here I gotta clean up and cut one piece over here. The other side I need to cut from a full sheet. So I'm trying to use up the scrap where I can, because I'm sure I'll need bigger pieces for other things. But yeah, so that was pretty quick. I got the rub rail detached from the existing chunk that I cut out of here. I cut new doors, measure them to the center and right to the edge. Still need to put a piece of channel or something in there and fasten that down. And same thing to the other side, even though it's nice and flush there. Just flapping in the breeze. So yeah, just little stuff. As you can probably hear, Floyd's on his little riding mower over there, buzzing around after doing a few days of work to it. So anyway, yeah, see you in a second. Yep, so here's my left side. I forgot that it's, 1.5 inches for that post in there, so split the difference, 3/4 inch on my notch coming in that deep, and then the distance between the two on the inside should fit in there perfectly. I'm hoping I don't have to slam it down in there too hard. Not sure how I'm gonna fasten it down, probably just some of those longer screws. I don't know if they're too long. I gotta measure that, but yeah, clean these things up, take them out there to the bus, fit them in there, see if I got the right screws for it, and self-tappers that'll go into the metal. And then I guess head to Home Depot. I've got a little bit of a list here going. Those are my measurements. Sorry about the mess. So I need some rivets for my piano hinge, as well as the piano hinges for the doors. 1/4 inch heavy duty ones. He's got a hand riveter in there, so that'll work. I've only got an 1/8 inch riveter. Try to look for some latches on the ends where they go like that, and then in the middle where it's just kind of a flat bar across the top of it, and that'll keep them sealed up. And then a couple cam locks or hasps with padlocks. I'm not sure of that yet. I'm gonna get a heat shield for the exhaust and some cans, rattle cans of Flex Seal to seal up the inside of that box. I've also got some rusty metal primer that I'm going to spray in there too, just to keep things good. It is aluminum, but I was doing some, all the drilling I did to put the bolts into the steel. All that hot steel rained down onto the aluminum plate on the bottom and embedded itself into it, so there's a little bit of speckled rust there, and might as well treat it. And also waterproof the whole box, so moisture can't get in there, because it will contain our batteries and stuff. All in all, it should be good. I was considering putting like 1.5 inches of the rigid foam insulation, a couple of chunks of that, but there's really no need for it. I think that the temperature will be okay. If I need to later, I can pull that out and insulate, all around the batteries and stuff, but I don't see them, having any issues. Most of those things are rated for way below freezing temperatures, so no big deal there. Yeah, save money where I can, even though I do have the insulation back in Sebring, where the bus was parked, where I'll be bringing it back to eventually. Anyway, got the floors cut out for my understorage. Next up, after getting that all installed and sealed up on the inside of the box, I've got a sheet of, I got that sheet in there of the aluminum. for my doors. I also have a scrap piece out there near the bus, so I'll make use of that in a good way. And I just want to show you something funny real quick. I was using an Osmo mount for my tripod here. This is a quick release type of thing. Sorry. And it just takes this little thing here. Well, I made myself a little stand. Put one of those things in so I could screw this in. Basically took that piece of metal out of the plastic thing that broke and put a couple screws in there. It locks down in place. Now I can get all kinds of angles and it fits in these screws pretty much perfectly. So yeah, now it's in the tripod and I can adjust as I need to. Anyway, yep, just having fun over here today. It's not a whole lot of big stuff, but I want to get this little stuff out of the way because soon enough we are going to be back up on top of the bus figuring out how to mount that thing down and creating our supports, and that ought to be a world of work and fun. So yeah, talk to you guys in a second. Alright, let's see how these things fit. I had a feeling that would happen. Same thing's going to happen on the other side, I guarantee it. But it's better longer than shorter, that's for sure. Yep, same thing. Okay, so I was right in my assumptions. So Floyd said I gotta cut the 1.5 inches off the edge and leave the 3/4 in the middle, which makes sense. And I told him I want to screw those things down. And he said, why would you do that? You're putting batteries and propane tanks on top of it. Leave it loose and screw it in there. Or you can service it or whatever. I said, well, I don't want spiders crawling there. What'd you tell me, Floyd? What'd you say?
You're a pussy.
I'm a pussy. I'm scared of spiders.
Yeah.
Yep. Guess so. I'll leave it loose. Floyd knows best. Hot as hell. So, got those edges tapered. The wood fits in there nicely. I'm gonna grab my list here, stick it in my pocket, and don't forget it. Head to Home Depot after cleaning this little mess up that I made. The wood's in there nice. I think I'm gonna get some bed liner to coat that plywood with. That sounds like the best bet for that. And I got rusty metal primer, so I might bedline the whole thing if the cans will go far enough. I don't want to buy too many just for that. I don't really need to. Yeah, things are coming along today. It's probably 100 degrees again or something like that. The humidity's ridiculous. It's not even really sunny out, but it's just super sweaty. So yeah, let me clean this mess up and go back to the orange store, pick up some more stuff, and continue. So yeah, I got these cam locks. I'm not sure how I'm going to mount them to our doors, but I had to rip each package open to make sure that they were key to like. One key will unlock both doors, so that's good. Now I got to figure out how to mount it because there's a little bit of a stud on there, on the back of it, a little plate. And I need to go flush, and I can't dig into the. I'll figure it out anyway. I think this is what I'm going to go with. It's this for $12. It's up to 1500 degrees, only 500 degrees from melting any kind of metal, so that's good. Versus $58 for this exhaust wrap, which is ridiculous. I have cheaper ones, but I think this will do. So yeah, automotive store helps. So yeah, good stuff. One more thing I love about being in, a more populated area is that although, places like Home Depot and Lowe's and all these places, they stop carrying a lot of stuff, and that's fine. I know that it's probably hard for these big corporations to keep inventory and on the shelves, and it's just kind of ridiculous to, stock everything. But it used to be, as far as I remember, 10, 15 years ago, you could find pretty much anything you need in those big box stores, and now they've just cut everything down, and it's hard to find much. So yeah, you go to automotive place and you get your little heat shield type of thing for the exhaust. But there's an Ace. They just told me there's an Ace Hardware across the street because I need little retainer clips for the ends of my belly box doors to keep them from flapping in the breeze and stuff. And I'm hoping that Floyd will be able to work his genius and figure out. See, it's got this plate in the back of it, and you can't remove that. It's part of the locking mechanism. So I don't know how I'm going to attach that part to something that's flush up against the bus. I want those doors to close flush and with a cam lock on it for security. So I'll try to brainstorm it, figure it out. This only bends back that far also, so I'm kind of limited on what I can do with that. I might be able to cut this and flatten out these little lips here and flatten them out and screw to the bottom of the square tubing, and then have this on the front and have it pull down. Yeah, I think that might work. So yeah, I think I just figured out my problem. Anyway, it's a work in progress, of course. This whole bus is a work in progress, and I'm taking it slow, so if we change things, it's only becoming more custom. So yeah, I'm going to zip across the street here, hopefully not get run over. Rush hour traffic right now is ridiculous, and and see if they can get me some little retaining clips so I can get my doors done tomorrow. And it looks like it's going to pour down rain again. But that's fine. I'll still be able to get some stuff accomplished today. So, see you in a few. So yeah, I don't know, this looks like it might work. It's so tough. But half-turn button. I made out of zinc, which is no good. That will rust, but I could always coat it with something. If they don't work, then we'll return them. 4 in a pack. I think that'll probably work. Let's see. Yep, so I got everything I need. Got some really cool rivets here. Some smaller ones, aluminum. Some little backup plates. So I think that should be enough to do my piano hinges and to adhere the body, as well as these little snap fasteners. And hopefully that'll all work. Hardware for the door. And about 20 bucks in just hardware right there to fasten my door in. Dude inside the Ace Hardware is cool as hell. We were talking about electric boogaloo 2020. I was telling him I'm converting a 40-foot school bus into an off-grid RV. He was like, you'd be there for the boogaloo. I was like, yeah, you know what's up. Anyway, anybody that doesn't know about that needs to look into it. We're going to take the world by storm eventually. Enough of this system we live in. But that's just some anti-political shit. And yeah. So it's raining now. That's the story. So we get to fight rush hour traffic in the rain with no AC. Good times. See you in a minute. under there. I think that'll work. Bed coated. Battery's dying. So yeah, that's the day. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else. It's just too ugly out. It did stop raining, but those things are closed up. My sheet of metal is closed up at Lloyd's shop, so I'm gonna have to attack that tomorrow, and also have to figure out how to get those cam lines to work. But it was a productive day, to say the least. I guess, little tiny stuff, but it all needs to be done at some point. So appreciate some help, definitely. But if you can't help, at least thank you for your support, and we appreciate everything. So that's it. I'm going to call it a day. Finish off this ice water. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Create your own utopia. That's what we're trying to do over here with our schoolie. Wishing you all well out there. Have a good one. Peace.